for times where they try to dance for the goal right now. Leading all my people in struggle on the boat, trying to hustle past 4 in a row right now. All my ready for the call. All I gotta do is put your hand and then they gonna hold me down. Building empire like Silver, feeling like DBA, focus on the goal right now. Always had the beats on lock. Now I got the flow on lock. To the top. Full Kendrick on the clock. That's a violence, I know shot. I ain't never gonna block. I was just passing the rock. I was just dancing the rock. I ain't roll with no top. I ain't roll with no top. We run the thing. Tango, blingo, pop. Tico, Tango. Stilo, retro. We got my people show out. Yeah. Like a two. Schooling the kids with no ruler. Giving out gold like a goose. Calling me king like a moose.
Call me king like Jumbo. Being green like Rondo. Gold, everything on me pronto. Fitting 30 kings, 50 queens in a condo. Clear course sitting on my wrist.
The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
The G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Paul George is out there with Garnett. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Howard. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. And for Portland, Malone is out there with Walton. Then there's Robertson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Pippen in at the shooting guard. Now here's Robertson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. We've got a terrific front court matchup tonight. Chris, you were the prototypical 4 when you played. Who was the toughest power forward you had to defend?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the same answer I always have. When I was in the West Coast, any given week, this is who I had to guard in a week's time. Tim Duncan, Garnett, Nowitzki, Rasheed Wallace, Robert Horry, it's Karl Malone. That was all in the West Coast, and I think I played in the golden era of power forwards, and so I would just say put all their names in a hat, pick one out, and that's who was the toughest, because it was like that every night.
Hall of Famers, including yourself. Now, here's George. 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Takes the 3. Kept alive. Here's Howard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Never easy trying to mark Howard. I mean, he's terrific at forcing the issue and getting the foul call.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
He hits both from the stripe.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene of Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Wade left side. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Wade is super efficient in the paint. He's clever at finding ways to score around the rim.
Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston. And then, dominate the Bulls of that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. She, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Robertson against Curry. To the middle. Here's Malone. Over Garnett. Malone misses.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And when Garnett gets it that deep, the D is at his mercy. How about the extension when he's able to get up on that low block?
Garnett with the block, and he gets it back. Here's George. That one good for 2.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a different look here for the Pistons. Griffin's checked in for Howard. Pierce comes in for George. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Steph Curry. Now here's West. Pass to Nowitzki. Just 5 on the clock. Over Garnett. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kevin Garnett. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And here's Carter. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. A good, close contest so far as we finish the... It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
You're exactly right, GA. I mean, they've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Bird. O'Neal is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Gervin. And it's West in at the point. No good. Shot missing. And the Pistons now going the other way.
And the development of Damian Lillard helping propel this Blazers team to the top of the West.
Yeah, GA, that's why they call him Logo Lillard. And he's only extending his range. I mean, another playoff dagger in his resume, finishing off OKC and then waving goodbye. Dame time is right now.
Here's West, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Shoots from the elbow. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Jerry West.
And how about the lift West gets on his shot? Leaning back just a touch. Very difficult to contest.
And Howard with the second chance points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
West finds Nowitzki. Here's Bird, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Bird's got his first bucket of the night.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Carter's got the lead up to 8 now for Detroit. West against Rose. West outside. And Griffin sends it back.
Well, it's huge. Whenever Griffin comes up with blocks, I mean, we'd love to see him be more consistent in this area.
those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Bird outside. It's Gervin on the wing. O'Neal. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Outside Pierce. Back to Carter. Over Gervin. And it's Carter missing. Trailblazers trail by 8. Gervin outside. He kicks to Bird. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Shaq can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And so is Detroit, holding on to an 8-point lead, heading in. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of... And that's a...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Dwight Howard getting it done today.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
And after the Blazers got swept in the first round in 2018, many said they needed to blow it up. Instead, they stayed with it. 52 wins, a 3 seed in the West.
Yeah, they just had the patience to keep building, adding pieces, and developing. I mean, this team is going in the right direction.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. They've got Dwayne Wade, Garnett out there with Howard. Then it's Curry, and it's George in at the small forward position. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Malone trying to break free. Great D that time from Howard. Detroit leading by 10. Wade outside Curry. They get the rebound. Howard. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. There's more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dada, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road is great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Curry passes to Wade. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Now, this is the chemistry Howard has with his guys. Fantastic at realizing when to go for alley-oop.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
Curry against Robertson. 18 feet out. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Howard.
No trespassing. Howard patrolling the defense.
Wade with it. 55 seconds left to play in the third, and it goes down 2 points. Wade's got the lead up to 13 now for Detroit. Now the pass to Walton. Robertson against Curry. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Misses the three.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Robertson. Passes it to Pippen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Pippen, simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
Shaq's checked in for the Trailblazers. Bird comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Detroit also making some changes. Pierce is checked in for Howard. Carter comes in for George. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Curry. Here's Robertson. Inside, Pierce with the steal. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Buries it down low. Carter's got his third basket of the night.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. Two guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Robertson is out there with Pippen. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Bird. And it's O'Neal in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Robertson against Rose. And the shot goes down. And the Pistons lead by 16.
And the quickness and acceleration of Derrick Rose, even with a simple dribble move, he can leave defenders stuck to the floor.
Pippen, the pass to O'Neal. Malone with it. It's stolen by Carter. Kicks it to Rose. Carter looking around. Pass to Pierce. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Another for look for Portland. Walton's checked in for O'Neal. Nowitzki comes in for Malone. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Larry Bird. Detroit also making some changes. Howard comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Paul George in for Carter. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Nowitzki.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth. They double team Howard. Garnett kicks to Rose. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Down low. Here's George. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Trailblazers trail by 14. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Detroit making a switch here. Curry's checked in.
Stephen Curry.
1:10 left in the fourth quarter.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Detroit.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Dwight Howard.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Lock at 6. Nowitzki kicks to Giannis. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
Wade against Pippen. Wade dishes to Curry. And the layup is good. And the Pistons lead by 15.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. It's just a total team effort.
Wade against Pippen. Here's Robertson. And that one is good.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.